the southern border.
Throughout his campaign and as recently as last week, President Trump has put a crackdown on immigration at the top of his agenda.
We will have strong borders again.
This week, sources say Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly is expected to issue tough new immigration enforcement guidelines that would authorize the immediate return of many immigrants captured at the Mexican border, expedited deportation of any undocumented immigrant in the country for less than 2 years, and the hiring of 10,000 new immigration enforcement agents and 5,000 Border Patrol officers.
People are just going to be picked up and swept away without a hearing. There are going to be so many mistakes that are made with that kind of system.
Lee Gallerns is with the ACLU's Immigrants' Rights Project.
America has a short memory. Right now, we're going after Muslim and Latino immigrants. It used to be Catholics, Jews, Italians, the Irish.
Two highly controversial
When did we
proposals are
ever
not
go after
expected
the
to be
Jews?
included in the new guidelines. The plan to activate National Guard troops has been dropped, and the Obama administration's Dreamer program is unlikely to be terminated. The program has provided work permits to hundreds of thousands of immigrants who came to the U.S. illegally as children. During the campaign, Mr. Trump promised to end the program, also known as DACA, but last week,
we're going to deal with DACA with heart.
He appeared to change his mind because of the involvement of children.
You know, I love these kids. I love kids.
But another provision involving kids is expected to be included. It would authorize the prosecution of parents who try to reunite their family by paying smugglers to bring their children from Mexico or Central America into the U.S. Anthony?
Chip Reed. Thanks, Chip. Deportation threatens to split up immigrant families. Mireya Villarreal now on how some are preparing.
At 6:45 in the morning, Father John Moretta is already at work. The Resurrection Church in East Los Angeles has served as a sanctuary, giving legal and spiritual shelter to the Latino immigrant community for more than 90 years.
Every church is sanctuary.
Now the church has an urgent mission, advising families on how to prepare for sudden deportation.
Are they going to come to my house and ask me for my papers, even though I'm legally here?
We're going to build the wall.
The Trump administration's deportation policy, recent images of homes being raided and a Phoenix mother separated from her family are fueling anger and confusion.
The people were very, very, very concerned because he was going to make these orders right away. He's going to clean up everything and build the wall. Why should a president create such tension for innocent people?
Just outside Los Angeles,
uses someone
at Corona
else's
College,
identification
which has a history of welcoming
not
immigrants.
innocent.
Undocumented students like 20-year-old Daniela Sada have been shielded from deportation by the Obama administration's Deferred Action Policy, or DACA, which the Trump White House has discussed changing.
I can honestly say I've never felt so much fear in my life as now.
Daniela and her mother crossed the Mexican border illegally when she was just 1 year old. Her biggest fear is that her mother will be deported, leaving her alone to care for her two younger sisters.
We feel like it's inevitable. They're saying when it happens, when ICE comes, when the raids happen, and I have to go back to Mexico, and I'm detained. This is what you're going to have to do.
You already started to say your goodbyes, and it hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
Father John and his congregation are facing those same hardships, relying on faith and prayer to pull them through the frustration.
After all the rhetoric, we still do not have in Congress a comprehensive immigration vote, and this is the solution really to a lot of these problems.
Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Today, thousands protested the Trump initiatives and what they called Not My President's Day, one of the largest demonstrations was in New York, near one of Mr. Trump's high-rises. In Portland, Oregon, police arrested several protesters who blocked a downtown street. In Atlanta, about 400 marched peacefully through Midtown. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis flew to Baghdad today for meetings with Iraqi leaders. He told reporters the U.S. does not intend to seize Iraq's oil, backing off from a suggestion made by President Trump. The U.S. is working with the Iraqis to flush ISIS out of western Mosul, an operation that could take months. Charlie D'Agata shows why.
The new weapon in the ISIS arsenal isn't on the battlefield, but above it. New propaganda videos from ISIS appear to show armed drones dropping explosives on Iraqi troops with dead center accuracy. As the militant group loses ground in Iraq, it's been using drones with increasing levels of sophistication. Iraqi TV correspondent Abdul Hamid Zafari was wounded by an armed drone while traveling with Iraqi forces in Mosul.
Was there a flash of light? Did you hear the explosion?
It was a loud blast, he said. I fell down on my side. I knew what it was because seconds earlier the soldiers started shouting, "Drone, drone, drone." ISIS drones have also been used to deadly effect as surveillance, guiding car bombs through Mosul's narrow streets straight to Iraqi troop positions. Federal Police Commander General Ali Al-Lami said his troops are constantly on the lookout. A car bomb can destroy a unit, he said. A truck bomb can destroy a brigade. The U.S. military told us its troops have new weapons to counter ISIS drones, a gun that jams the radio waves between the drone and its controller.
Do you have one of those, or are the Americans helping you with that drone gun? You don't have those weapons? No. You'd like to have those weapons? Of course.
And they may need them. ISIS has been dug in for months in western Mosul, and they're not likely to leave without a major fight. Charlie Daggett, CBS News, Mosul, northern Iraq.
But we're not allowed to see on our TV. The western U.S. has been battling the weather for months now with no way to shut off the faucet. Parts of California could get 8 inches of rain by tomorrow, and there's major concern whether storm systems can handle it. Here's John Blackstone.
Storm after storm in California had left the ground so saturated it's giving way, causing mudslides, falling trees, and sinkholes. A 15-foot sinkhole in Los Angeles swallowed 2 cars.
There goes the car. There goes the car.
One of them, as a TV helicopter, watched overhead. Today, workers are stabilizing the hole to begin repairs. Adel Haj Khalil is with LA's sanitation department.
It's not going to be like overnight. It'll be probably at least a week or two. But we're going to do our best to get out quickly.
In San Bernardino, a fire truck had to be pulled from a sinkhole that opened on the shoulder of a major freeway. The storms have created high surf and caused at least 3 deaths, including 1 person trapped in a submerged car in Victorville. The San Lorenzo River in Santa Cruz County is just one of many across the state rising toward flood level. Don Harmon is the county's superintendent of public works.
There's flooding here, there's trees down there, there's wires.
9 of California's 12 major reservoirs are now at average or above average levels for this time of year, the highest total since 2011. Repairs continue at the Oroville Dam, where a damaged spillway prompted the evacuation of 188,000 people a week ago. South of San Francisco, Lake Anderson Reservoir is overflowing, with water crashing over the top of the dam.
I've lived here most of my life, but I've never seen the levels of water being so high.
As fast and as powerfully as this water is pouring out of the Anderson Reservoir, more water is flowing into the reservoir up above. And Anthony, this wet weather is expected to continue at least through tomorrow.
John Blackstone. A large area of high pressure has kept those western storms from traveling east. So much of America is getting a preview of spring. Over the weekend, the eastern half of the country saw record highs. Dean Reynolds has that.
February in Chicago. No, really, it's February in Chicago. People are outdoors playing golf or tennis. They're biking. They're jogging.
Great day for a boat ride.
Guy got hit on a motorcycle
and not
yesterday.
On an icebreaker. From
Right
here
on my
all the way
street.
north to Canada, balmy is the word. Deb Mudge and Mark Aho of Worcester, Mass. celebrated their 12th anniversary away from New England snow.
Well, what did you anticipate you were going to see? Or
piles of snow and ice.
This is a region where walking the dog in winter is usually a painful necessity for man and beast. Just a couple of years ago, a correspondent modeled more traditional February attire.
Kind of a cross between Nanook of the North and Yosemite Sam.
Ducks are swimming, the sap is running, and unfortunately for this guy, the ice is melting. One factor in the warm-up is snow. It normally acts like a land-based refrigerator, but for more than 2 months, Chicago hasn't had one measurable inch of the stuff. Pete Boland is visiting from England.
I did pack an awful lot of thermal underwear and thick coats in anticipation of a Chicago winter, and of course it hasn't proved to be the case.
Now, the heat wave is expected to last through Wednesday, Anthony, and I think I can say with some confidence that hardly anyone here is complaining.
But I do miss your fake beard, Dean. Thanks. Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, on its way, the launch that put a private space company one step closer to Mars.
Yeah, if you believe that.